going on, guys? Welcome to A-Train Gaming. In today's video, I want to talk about some of my biggest problems with Black Ops 3. Now, I still think this is a good game, and I've played a lot of time into this with Arena and pubs and YouTube and watching competitively. It's one of my favorite ones to watch. Still watch it like every night. But these are just a couple of the problems I feel like have held the game back from being viewed as an all-time great Call of Duty. A couple of things they could have, just minor adjustments, major adjustments, whatever, that could have made this game better. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is really obvious, been talked about since day one, the movement system. After Advanced Warfare, people were looking forward to boots on ground, and they saw in the trailers that there was still some form of jetpacking, and people said wall running wasn't going to be that big of a deal, and I think that it is. This movement system is not for me. Is it as bad as Advanced Warfare? No, but I still want boots on the ground Call of Duty. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that because I've been talking about this for months, as does everyone. But the wall running, I feel like, is even worse for me. I'd rather have this movement than wall running. Wall running, you can just flank your enemy team, and it's so frustrating as a good search and destroy player. I like to hold all the lanes, and you only have to worry about right, middle, left. And in this game, you got to worry about right, middle, left, wall run around the entire perimeter to your flank, and it's just really annoying. I wish wall running wasn't in this game. I think that would make it so much better, especially for competitive search and destroy, in my opinion. You might not notice wall running as big of an issue in pubs, but I notice it playing game battles, and I noticed it since day one watching competitive search and destroy. The next issue I have with this game has to do with the black market. First, I'm still getting killed by guns that I have never obtained, and I don't like that. The MX Garand, the FAMAS, the Peacekeeper. I just recently got like the Marshall 16s. You see me using gameplay with the HG40 in this. But it's just, I've seen the odds of like getting one of those weapon supply drops. It's just not good. I just don't like how they're doing it. I'd rather have it how it was in the past, where they released the weapons with whoever buys the DLC. I like that a lot better. I don't like it being, because when the game came out, people were talking about that this game was like, I forget what they called it in Advanced Warfare. It was like money for wins or something like that. And in this game, it wasn't like that in the beginning. They promised they were only going to do cosmetic stuff, and I think it just got a little bit out of control. You really do have to spend money if you really want one of these new guns. And speaking of cosmetics, in the past I said I liked this game's supply drop system more than Advanced Warfare. That is not the case for me anymore. I think I've wisened up and gotten past the hype of new things coming out. Advanced Warfare, I really like the cosmetics, and I really like how it was all on one character. I don't like how you unlock cosmetics for different characters because each specialist has their own thing. I liked how it was in Advanced Warfare, where you had one guy and everything you earned could be customized towards your one soldier. And then I liked how in Advanced Warfare you earn supply drops better. I still think Black Ops 3 is a much better game than Advanced Warfare, guys. Don't get me wrong. But I liked how Advanced Warfare, you earn the supply drop once or twice, like every 1 or 2 games. And this 30 crypto keys is way too much for rare. Nobody's going to open commons because those suck. When the game first came out, commons were good, rares sucked. But I had to spend like 2 hours playing for one supply drop, whereas in Advanced Warfare it was like once every 20 minutes. And I just don't like that. Supply drops have become one of my favorite parts of Call of Duty. I feel like that was the one thing missing from classic CODs, was a little more customization instead of just changing your soldier's class. Like, I feel like that was a huge success for Advanced Warfare. The one thing that I feel like Advanced Warfare will really be remembered for, positively or negatively if people don't like it, how it started the whole supply drop thing. But I hope in Infinite Warfare it's more like how it was in Advanced Warfare than in Black Ops 3. Another huge issue I have with Black Ops 3 is just the DLC maps. This was the game that I was going to buy every single DLC for the first time, and I just saw some of the DLC maps that came out, and I just said, no, nope, nope, nope. DLC maps tend to be more colorful in the past and a little more futuristic from what I've always remembered. But this game's just too far. I'm not fighting a war in a water park. I'm not going to fight a war in any of those situations. I really liked World at War in Black Ops 1 because I felt like I was in war for those maps. And the maps to start off with in this game aren't that great, but the DLC maps are a little bit ridiculous and one that I would never waste my money on. If I got a new gun with those, maybe I might consider it, but the DLC in this game just does not interest me at all. I think the maps are way too, like, they're not simplistic enough. I like simple, basic war maps. I don't like fighting in a water park or anything like that. That's the only DLC map I can think of off the top of my head. That's just the one that comes to mind that really pisses me off. I don't think DLC in Call of Duty has ever really been that great, to be honest. Black Ops 1, I think it was pretty good, and I didn't really buy him. I never really bought him, but this is the game that I was going to. And it just kind of sucks that that's what it's come to. Just the maps are so ridiculous at this point. They have been for years. And the last thing I want to real quickly talk about is just specialists. I'm not a fan of specialists. I'm not a fan of just getting them as the game goes on. I don't like superpowers in Call of Duty. I don't like getting heat waved all the time. When this game first came out, I had even more of a problem with them than I do now. Now it seems like I don't get hit by those as much unless I'm playing game battle, search and destroy. I get heat waved literally every round 11. But I just don't like the idea of bringing basically superpowers into Call of Duty. Just a couple of things that have been talked about before by everyone. Let me know in the comments down below what you think some of the biggest problems are with Black Ops 3. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you all later.